Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session on the empowered leader, building trust and belonging through a culture of care. I'm Miriam Broner, and I'm honored to be a part of the 2025 Culture of Care Summit. Today, we'll explore how leaders can create environments that foster trust and belonging, two critical components of a thriving workplace or academic community. Let's get started. First, take a moment to reflect. Think about a time when you felt truly valued and included in a team or organization. What did that leader do to make you feel that way? Leadership is not just about authority, it's about influence in creating a culture where people feel safe, heard, and empowered. Establishing a culture of care fosters communities built on trust and belonging, meaning that caring is a priority. And as empowered leaders, showing compassion for individuals is a part of our leadership DNA. This session is ideal for leaders, educators, or anyone seeking to inspire meaningful connections and build resilient communities grounded in trust and belonging. Join me to become the leader who empowers others and leaves a lasting legacy of care. Today's presentations outcomes are that you will gain actionable tools to lead with care and purpose, learn about the three pillars of empowered leadership, understand the connection between a culture of care and organizational success, feel empowered to build trust and belonging within your individual spheres of influence. Let's start with a simple but powerful idea. Leaders who care create teams that thrive. But what does that look like? The impact of caring leadership consists of two factors: trust foundation and belonging effect. Trust, as the foundation of care, forms the substructure of effective teams. Leaders who demonstrate transparent communication, ethical behavior, relationship building, and consistent care build stronger connections. Belonging is when team members or students feel they belong, and the effect is that innovation thrives. Fostering belonging gives individuals the opportunity to connect with the concerns of others, gain acceptance, build relationships. Prioritizing a culture of care within your organization or classroom gives followers a sense of pride. A study conducted by DeClark and Standard showed that engagement, leadership, and psychological empowerment, performance, and retention increases significantly when employees, students, and community members feel genuinely valued and supported. A culture of care is not just a feel-good concept. It's a real leadership approach that yields measurable results. Now let's introduce the three pillars of empowered leadership, which are empathy, trust, and belonging. These elements work together to create a strong foundation for leadership. Empathy is about understanding and valuing the perspectives of others. Trust is about reliability, consistency, and transparency. Belonging is about ensuring that everyone feels seen, heard, and valued. Empathy is at the heart of caring leadership. It allows us to connect with others deeply and respond effectively to their needs. Here are 4 strategies to cultivate empathy in a caring leader. First, listen without judgment. Create space for authentic sharing. Focus entirely on the speaker without planning your response. Second, seek understanding. Ask clarifying questions. Reflect on what you hear to confirm your understanding. Exercise active listening allows leaders to ask thoughtful questions and validate team members and students' experiences. Acknowledge emotions. Validate feelings without rushing to solutions. Sometimes people need to be heard. Using emotional intelligence to provide support in ways that align with individual needs. And take perspective. Consider situations from others' viewpoints. Remember that everyone's experience is unique. Challenge yourself to see situations from other viewpoints. Trust is the glue that holds relationships together in any organization. As leaders, we must intentionally create trust through transparent communication, share information honestly, ensuring that what you share is accessible. Be open about expectations, challenges, and decisions. Psychological safety. For this presentation, I'll use Jews and Associates 2023 description of psychological safety, which is the feeling that individuals can show up authentically as themselves without fear of negative consequences to their status, image, or career. It is imperative that we, as caring leaders, create spaces where innovation and risk are welcome. What psychological safety is not is the absence of accountability or conflict avoidance. Consistent integrity. Align words with actions reliably. The impact of consistent integrity on the concept of trust is followers, team members, or students and community members have confidence in their leaders who are perceived to have high integrity because these types of leaders show that they care. Vulnerability. This is when leaders choose vulnerability to gain trust. Organizations function more effectively, encouraging problem solving among followers. Vulnerability allows leaders to admit mistakes and show that we're human. Lastly, accountability. Leaders who are vulnerable openly address conflict and admit their role in it, laying the groundwork for constructive resolution. This fosters a culture of accountability and improvement, as followers feel empowered to learn from their mistakes and work towards shared goals. Trust requires continuous reinforcement through daily interactions. Small, consistent actions build credibility over time. Fostering belonging. Belonging means everyone feels accepted, respected, and valued for who they are. Ways to create a sense of belonging include honoring differences, celebrate the unique perspectives each team member brings, create forums where different voices are amplified, build community, facilitate meaningful connections beyond work tasks, create traditions that strengthen team bonds, and recognize contributions. Acknowledge both achievements and efforts. Personalize recognition to individual preferences. Recognize and appreciate both individual and team successes. Being an empowered leader who fosters a culture of care is not without its challenges. When these situations arise, you can face the challenge, conflict, change, or uncertainty head on. These moments test a leader's commitment to care. The opportunity. Difficult situations reveal character. They provide chances to demonstrate authentic, caring leadership. The approach. Lead with empathy first. Acknowledge difficulties openly. Provides both support and clear direction. Now let's take a moment to reflect. Think about your individual leadership journey. How do you currently demonstrate empathy, trust, and belonging? What is one small action you can take this week to strengthen your leadership approach? I will take a moment so you can write that down, or you can just think about it in your head, and I'll come back. Let's apply what we've learned through two real-world scenarios. Scenario one, a team member is struggling with workload. As a leader, how do you respond in a way that builds trust and care? I'll take a moment to pause so you can think about your answer, or you can write it down if you like. Did you write down your answer? As a caring leader, you can recognize the challenge and approach the situation with empathy. Have a one-on-one conversation to understand the root cause. Is it workload distribution, lack of resources, or personal challenges? Offer solutions such as delegating tasks, adjusting deadlines, or providing additional support. Reinforce a culture of psychological safety where employees feel comfortable asking for help. Scenario two, a conflict arises between two employees or two students. What step can you take to resolve the situation while ensuring psychological safety? I'll take a few seconds to pause while you think about your answer. Did you come up with some solutions? That's great. Here are some of my suggestions. Create a neutral, non-judgmental space for both employees or students to express their perspectives. Use active listening and encourage respectful dialogue. Guide the conversation towards understanding the root cause rather than assigning blame. Encourage a collaborative resolution. What solutions do both parties feel comfortable with? Follow up to ensure an effective resolution and that both employees feel supported. Including empathy, trust, and belonging in your leadership style can yield positive results because empowered leaders create empowered communities. Here are 4 steps that you can incorporate today in your spheres of influence. 1, you can start small. Begin with one caring practice daily. Consistency matters more than grand gestures. 2, build momentum. Notice how care becomes contagious. Watch for positive ripple effects. 3, create systems. Embed care into your team's processes. Make it part of how work happens. And lastly, transform culture. Celebrate as caring leadership becomes your team's distinctive strength. Before we wrap up, let's revisit a topic. Or we need to revisit why this topic matters. Caring leadership isn't just a nice to have, it's a necessity. When leaders cultivate a culture of care, they boost engagement and retention, strengthen collaboration, and innovation, and foster inclusive and psychologically safe environments. I challenge you to take one step today, whether you commit to more transparent communication, practice empathy, or create a stronger sense of belonging within your teams, classrooms, or communities. Every small effort makes a difference. If you would like to continue this conversation, please join me in the live Q&A right after this presentation. I'd love to hear how you apply or you plan to apply these concepts in your own leadership journey. Thank you for being here and your commitment to empowering leadership through care. And remember, empowered leaders create empowered communities. Let's keep building a culture of trust and belonging together. Thank you so much.